Do you know your donor's channel preferences when it comes to communication? And can you identify which of your donors are social media influencers? If not, using the Giving DNA platform can help you find out that information very quickly. Moving from the dashboard, I can go to my constituents dashboard, which overlays a bunch of third-party data over your file that you've uploaded to give you information around the demographics of your database, the psychographics of your database, where people live and their communication preferences, and whether they're interested in social media. So as I scroll down, I can see my age, I can see the gender of those individuals, their marital status, the number of children in my household, where those constituents are located, and then financial information. How much income do these individuals have? What's their net worth? What's the estimated home value? What are their top occupations? And the one I always love, what is their discretionary spending? Discretionary spending is always super important because you can have two people that own the exact same house worth the exact same amount, but their discretionary spending can look really different. One of those individuals might be retired, so they're not spending any money on college education or private schools, while the other may have two children in private school and one child in college. Their discretionary spending will look really different. And then psychographic information, what their political views are, their giving behavior. But really, what I want to get to is their communication preferences. So you can see that within the Giving DNA platform, we actually can identify which individuals are extremely likely or more likely than not to respond to digital versus phone versus mail. Why is this important? Well, obviously, not everybody responds to direct mail, and you're putting a postage on a mail piece to send that out, and it become quite expensive. So you probably want to take those people that are not likely to respond to mail out of any type of a mailer. Also, you may have some type of a phone event that you're going to have call a whole bunch of donors and donor prospects. And so you want to make sure that those people that are you're calling are actually likely to pick up the phone. We all know there's fewer and fewer people in the United States that are actually interested in picking up the phone because they are robocalled. So this becomes a really good way for you to get a great list. And we've seen some great success with our clients. We had one client in particular who used this as the way to drive a phone-a-thon, and they actually had an increase of 30% in responses to that phone-a-thon, and they actually increased their post giving on that phone-a-thon by 24%. So again, having that information allowed them to improve on what was already a pretty successful phone event that they had in any given year. And obviously, we want to know who responds to digital. It is the most cost effective way to raise money. And so anybody who's really interested in responding to digital and things like Giving Tuesday, which are very digital driven, we want to make sure that we're identifying those donors in our database that are interested in giving in that way. And then the other thing that we do is we actually do a social media score. So when you think about Giving Tuesday as an example, or some type of an event that you have coming up, you want to take your passionate influencers and the influencers that are in your database, and you want to identify them and ask them to share what's that thing that you're doing for Giving Tuesday with their audience, in the hopes that they share it with their audience, and you're gaining more people within that social influence sphere. So I can grab all of my passionate influencers and influencers here, and I might just create an email to those individuals and say, hey, Giving Tuesday is coming up. We're really going to ask, would you help us with your social media to get our message out to the masses? And that group of individuals, we've already identified that they are already influencers. So you don't have to go and find and pick through that through your different social media channels. You can have that access directly through the Giving DNA donor profile. Hopefully this is something of interest to you. Please reach out, respond to this email if you would like further information. Thank you.